William Ruto is this morning expected to meet elected leaders from parties in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. The leaders include members of the National Assembly and Senate, as well as the governors. Citizen TV's Chemutai Goin is following the meeting happening right now in Karen and joins us on phone. Chemutai, good morning. What is the agenda of this meeting?
Well, Trevor, we're still outside, of course, the residence of the Deputy President and the President-elect, William Ruto, still waiting to see whether we'll get clearance to gain access into that meeting that has been called for by the Secretary General. We know there are a number of issues that have already come up relating to the just concluded election. And, of course, the main opponent in the race, Raila Odinga, has rejected the results. Of course, we expect that such matters will come up for discussion. They may be part of the discussions by the members. But then majorly, of course, we know that since it's bringing together members of the National Assembly, members of the Senate, and also members of the Council of Governors, they are set to put their heads together to craft a strategy on how they will ensure that agenda that they wish, of course, to pass, whether it is in the two houses or even in the Council of Governors, sails through. We know that the battle, of course, now moves, for instance, in the National Assembly, where when you look at the numbers, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition seems to have the upper hand, and of course will be crucial in determining the leadership position in terms of the Speaker, looking at the position of Deputy Speaker, and of course the House leadership. So of course they are coming together to put their heads together on how, of course, these positions will also be shared amongst the constituent parties in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Looking at the Senate, the Kenya Kwanza team has an upper hand in the Senate, and of course will be now sitting together to determine who is their best candidate for that position, and of course the other House leadership positions. We know, of course, there's also the members who will be nominated, and the list had already been forwarded, of course, to IEBC and even the Registrar of Political Parties. These are also discussions that are expected to come up to determine who amongst those that had already been proposed, of course, will be considered for those positions. Besides that, in the Council of Governors, from the numbers that we can see so far, the Kenya Kwanza team seems to have an upper hand with 22 governors under its banner against Azimio's 21. But then we also know that there are two independent governors, Kawera Mwangaza of Meru and Andrew Mwadime of Taita Taveta. It will be crucial for these leaders to sit and, try, of course, to lure this or woo them, to woo these leaders to join, their side, so that when they have agendas they need to push, for instance, the leadership in the Council of Governors, then they would be able to get the majority of votes. So, of course, generally this meeting is bringing together all leaders to now move the conversation forward for the Kenya Kwanza team in terms of how they will now prioritize what agenda that will be going to the House. One other issue that, of course, will be discussed also is we know that there are elections that have not been carried out in 4 constituencies, and, of course, there are the 2 gubernatorial elections that are yet to be carried out, Kakamega and Mombasa. This meeting also now set the stage for the leaders to now see how they will manage and ensure that they emerge victorious. So really, it is besides it being a celebratory moment where you exercise, you show it is a show of might, showing that these are the number of leaders that we have under our banner. It will also be now moving the strategy forward in terms of the agenda that, of course, they have been pushing in different parts. Remember, for instance, with the governors, during the campaigns, the Kenya Kwanza presidential candidate, or rather the UDA presidential candidate, held economic forums with the candidates that ran, and most of those who won, of course, now will be expected to implement the charter that they entered with the people when they went and met the people in the different counties, identifying the 20 issues in those particular counties. So, of course, that is also now coming out with how, like a to-do list of how they will implement some of those proposals that they arrived at when they held those economic forums. So, Trevor, we're still pitching tent here. Security has been heightened, even access for the leaders. We're seeing very, very tight security presence here. So we're waiting for that clearance. As soon as we get in and we're able to feed you with more information, or if there will be a press briefing later on, we will be able to notify you. But at the moment, we are seeing vehicles and the leaders being asked to alight at the gate, walk into the premises, and we expect the meeting should be beginning maybe in 30 or an hour, because the leaders are still streaming in thick and fast. Trevor?
All right. Thanks, Jemtai. The information you gave is pretty good. Thank you so much.